What stood out after Cowboys' padded practices? Two players who could elevate the offense. Oxnard, Calif. The Dallas Cowboys have held 5 practices since arriving in California. The last 2 have been the most interesting as they've both been in full pads. Here is what stood out most during the team's time on the 2 grass fields behind the Staybridge Suites Oxnard River Ridge.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. High-quality protein to build muscle. The nutrition you need to power on.
Ready to order? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/10.
Jade on Blue for the Cowboys' offense to take another step forward from last season. Blue needs to be part of the offense. His speed, athleticism, and pass catching adds another element to the group, and it's been on display early. The screen game hasn't been great for the Cowboys since early in Ezekiel Elliott's career. Blue provides them with the type of back who could bring back some of that success. He didn't make much impact as a rookie, but he's showing signs that he'll be a factor in year 2 behind No. Advertisement Ryan Flournoy. Everyone knows the importance of C.D. Lamb and George Pickens to Dallas passing game. But Flournoy has shown that he's ready to build on what he did after his breakout performance week 5 last year against the New York Jets. In 16 games last season, Flournoy had 40 catches for 475 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's got a chance to be closer to the 700-800 yard range this season as Dallas clear No. He has the trust of Dak Prescott and the rest of the offense. The focus will be on Lamb and Pickens. Flournoy might be the reason the offense gets to another level this season. C.D. Lamb, he's had a few drops early in camp. That's not to say he's having a bad camp, but there have been some passes that have hit the ground in team drills that Lamb usually makes. Shavon Revel, Duron Bland, and Kobe Durant were the 2 starting outside cornerbacks when the Cowboys held their first team drill portion of their first practice last week. Those 2 have looked good, but Revel stood out a little more than expected, particularly on Monday, in what was probably his best practice as a Cowboy. His coverage was very sticky against Pickens and Lamb, leading to 3 pass breakups. Revel likes to get his hands on receivers, which could lead to pass interference penalties. If he can clean that up, he'll contribute significantly this season. Kobe Durant, he has been the most noticeable of the cornerbacks. He has provided consistent coverage, but also displayed an ability to take the ball away, recording a nice interception off Prescott in team drills on Monday. Durant came off his guy to jump in front of Lamb on what would have been a touchdown pass. Durant quickly took it the other way on a play that might have been returned for a touchdown in a game. At this point, it would be a surprise if Durant isn't starting week 1. Advertisement best matchups as expected, they are in the trenches. Interior defensive linemen Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark going against offensive guards Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker has been a quality battle. It's difficult to say who is winning so far, but it's clear that both lines should be very good on the interior. Rashan Gary he has been the most impactful of the edge rushers. His pass rushing moves have caused problems for right tackle Terrence Steele, but Gary's motor has also stood out. The former Green Bay Packer has displayed impressive effort. On a screen pass to Blue on Tuesday, Gary beat left tackle Tyler Guyton to the inside to pressure Prescott. But instead of stopping after creating the pressure, Gary sprinted 25 yards down the field as part of the group that stopped Blue. It's difficult to say for sure if the Cowboys have enough pass rush on the roster, but there's no questioning that Gary should be one of their most important defenders. Tyler Guyton, as expected, as long as he's healthy, he'll be Dallas' starting left tackle. He entered camp in competition with Nate Thomas, but Guyton has pulled ahead and been getting almost all of the first-team work at the position. He was dealing with some elbow soreness Tuesday. That's something to monitor, because injury issues have contributed to what has been an underwhelming first 2 seasons for the 2024 first-round pick. DeMarvion Overshown, he was dealing with some leg soreness that kept him out of team drills Tuesday. Like Guyton, the injuries have been an issue during Overshown's career. He said recently that he feels great and is ready to have his best season, but he has to find a way to stay on the field. It was easy to see how much he enjoyed flying around on the field Monday as he took out fullback Hunter Luke on a red zone run play. The collision was the biggest of camp, leading to cheers from fans and teammates. Donovan Ezeruaku, he left practice early Tuesday. He was involved in a fight during team drills and was sent to the locker room. Advertisement backup QB Sam Howell appears to be a little ahead of Joe Milton, but there hasn't been any definitive separation. It still seems like Milton has the higher ceiling, but Howell is probably the player they'd trust more if they needed an immediate replacement for Prescott. Jake Ferguson, he had his best practice Tuesday, making several nice catches, including one where he had to reach back to snag a pass down the middle of the field. Michael Trigg, he also had his best practice Tuesday. His most notable play came on a throw over the middle from Milton that Trigg snatched out of the air in traffic. With Princeton Fant out for the season because of a knee injury he suffered last week, the opportunity is certainly there for Trigg, an undrafted rookie free agent, to make the roster. Jayshawn Barham, he's not interested in talking with reporters after practice, but he's been very noticeable on the field. He's one of the most talked about players early in camp by the Cowboys front office and coaches. The third-round pick is expected to make an immediate impact this season as an off-the-ball linebacker who can also rush the passer. It would not be a surprise if he's starting Week 1.